Alright guys, I'm gonna try making some wood climbing holds. Let's see, these are the pieces that I have. So I'm gonna try to make 4 holds out of this block. Try to make some pinches, so some wide pinches, put a little end cut on the sides. For 2 of them, I'm thinking about putting towards the top of the board, so I may even kind of flatten out this top part too, just so that I could either grab it as a pinch or as a crimp, just to add a little bit of difference there. Which that just thought about something. For the other 2 that are lower on the board, I could do something on each side and maybe have a little bit of an undercling as well. Might work out, let's see. Then I've got this one. I'm gonna cut it in half so it'll be kind of 2 smaller holds, so I can probably just get 4 fingers on there. It might be more for 3. It's kind of a weird shape, and it's going to be on that 40-degree board, so I'm not sure if these will actually work out and be able to screw in. Same kind of thing with this one. I've got this kind of weird shape, but I think maybe kind of putting something on like that, we'll see. What I'm hoping to kind of get with these is either kind of a flat edge when it's on the board or just a slight end cut with it. I think they'll be small enough where I can fit it in some different places, and I guess we'll have to see if it works out or not. I am concerned about these 2 that I can get them shaped, but I'm not sure if there's going to be enough to really get a screw in, or a couple screws in to hold them onto the board. But let me change camera position. I'll cut things and start sanding and get all my protective equipment on. Okay, so I tried the smaller ones. It's not gonna work where I can put the screws in and do it. So here's that block. I've cut it. I've got 2 of these. Like I said, I'm gonna try to kind of make it where all 4 sides can be used, just so it's a very efficient hold where I can maybe do undercling, pinch, and then a crimp on top, or something too. So let me get the protective gear on, and we'll try this. That may be good enough for the side, so I'm going to flip it over and do kind of the same thing. Okay, so I do think that's good for the sides. You can kind of see there's just a slight end cut, to be able to grab. So I'll put it on the wall where it's kind of angled like this. So I want to shape that down some, and then do a pretty decent end cut for the undercling.
Not sure if this is going to work, so let me check it out. Okay. It needs just a little bit more. That might work. All right, let me do this side to get the underclean. All right, so I mean that's coming along pretty good. Just need a little bit more and to work on this section right here and then smooth that out. So it's getting there. I just need to round out this side and the front. It's a little sharp. And then it should be good. All right. That feels pretty good. You can kind of see, so I've got, a little more to get underneath that way. If it was on the wall, I can kind of pull. All right, I'm just gonna sand the front of it. That's as wide as that'll go. Hopefully it'll stay. Just let me clean that off. All right, got my mask off so you can probably hear me a little bit better. So this is what it kind of looks like now. That'll be against the wall. So again, it's going to be angled. I've got to see if this I think will work, so I'm going to put it up against the wall. I do think the underclean part will, and then I got the slight end cuts on the side. You know, not much, but it'll be good enough for the wall. Actually, should be really good. So let me go check it against the wall, and then I'll put some holes in it if it's good. Otherwise, I have to come back and work on that top crimp. All right, so I finished both holds. Put the screw holes in for it too. Now I'll put it against the wall. So I'm gonna go over in the corner there, probably up around like where number 11 is on the wall. There's a little space there on both sides. And then I can still use that undercling. I might have like a heel hook or toe on the side where some of the holds are too. So that way I can kind of use that arret. And you know, maybe I can do a problem where I start this way and then kind of flip over to reach a little bit further. We'll see if things work out that way or not, but let me put it on the wall and we'll go from there. All right, the holds are on the wall. You can see it right there on that side and right there on that side. It worked out pretty well. It does look like it's gonna be a fairly flat edge on top. And then I think that underclink, especially being a pinch on the top of it too, will come in handy. So I'll try to come up with some problems using those. And maybe do that another time. Not climbing today, I actually climbed yesterday. But sometime this week or this coming weekend, I'll get that in there. But that's it. So that's what I do to make some climbing holds. I still can cut that block, you know, that one board I had into 2 more pieces and plan on putting those up towards the top. Let me see if I can. So probably up in like kind of this area, kind of diagonally from that sledge that I'm pointing at. So little kind of up and beyond it. Doesn't like the camera's gonna, well, actually maybe on this other side. Oops, sorry for blocking the view. But like putting one on this side here and one on that other side right in there. There you go, you got an underarm hairy shot. That was nice. Sorry about that, but anyway, that's where the other ones will probably go. Probably just, I don't know, might use those as a pinch or probably as a pinch. I think maybe having that and then making a move to the side to finish would probably be pretty nice. So that's kind of the plan. We'll see. There might be a better place for it, but off the top of my head right now, that's what I want to do. So I'll combine this video with some climbing using those holds. I did modify some other holds from a climbing company. I didn't show that because I didn't want to take the chance of making anybody upset. But they're on the wall. Maybe you'll notice them. Maybe not. Who knows? Bye, guys.